Hi, I'm Dennis Song, and I'm coming to you live from Flower Mound Pharmacy. First question you may ask is, why am I wearing a mask? Well, actually, I shouldn't be. The reason you wear a mask originally was if you were sick and going out in public, you were protecting the public from you. Now the CDC has changed their recommendations saying it's okay to wear a mask, and we probably should wear a mask if we go out in public. Why do we do this? If we come in contact 6 feet or less than with another individual that's coughing and could possibly spread this virus to us through the mucus droplets that are sneezed or coughed on us. Today I'm going to talk about staying safe and keeping healthy. It is April the 8th, 2020, and we're in the mid of a life-altering, disrupting pandemic. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about, number one, first, welcome. My name's Dennis Song, and I own Flower Mound Pharmacy. We just celebrated this last March 22 years. The pharmacy was actually founded and built based on prevention. Yes, we do fill prescriptions. We do have delivery. We had curbside delivery from day one, 22 years ago. But we also do compounding. We compound, for instance, now the CDC and the agencies have let us compound hand sanitizer. So we can make hand sanitizer if you can't find it. First of all, wash your hands. Let me tell you a little bit about this virus. This virus is, I call it the peanut butter virus. It's very, very sticky. This virus spreads very quickly, and we have to assume that it is on surfaces, it is on our hands, it is in the air for a limited amount of time, therefore we wear masks. So we have to get rid of this sticky peanut butter type virus. It's also, I call it the sticky peanut butter virus because when it does turn into pneumonia, and the complication called acute respiratory distress syndrome, and that's the worst case in the end stages of pneumonia. It sets up in the lower lobes of the lung, and it's hard to treat. That's the bad news. The good news is we do have options. We are finding that there are things that are being developed. I have never seen so much new drug development and so much new vaccination development so quickly in my whole pharmacy career. We're going to talk a little bit about, I talked about washing your hands. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. Again, think about having peanut butter on your hands. You got to wash that peanut butter off with warm soap and water. That is the best thing that you can do. If you can't, then you can use hand sanitizer. That is only done after if you don't have available water source and where you can wash your hands. Cover your mouth. Sneeze into your elbow. Again, this disease is spread through mucus droplets. And keep your distance. 6 feet. We've done really, really well in doing this, and I think that we're going to what they call bend this curve or flatten it. Just because we're doing those things, we're washing our hands, we're keeping our distance, and we're practicing good hygiene. But let's talk about other things that we can do. Let's talk about the body's natural immunity. So the body has two types of immunity. It has innate immunity and it has adaptive immunity. So innate immunity are our first line of defense. First line of defense could be the ciliary nose hairs, the mucus that we create, the saliva, the gastric acid, things that fight off the bacteria, the viruses that invade us every day. So what happens if the virus, and by the way, the virus is a protein that kind of hijacks our cells. It replicates with its own viral DNA, and it causes the virus the infection to set up. Well, the body responds to that. The body sends out these destroyers, are called macrophages, and they eat protein. They eat the bad infection. You think of it that way. So that is innate immunity. Adaptive immunity is what we do when we immunize ourselves, give immunizations. We take a little bit of the antigen or the virus or the bacteria, we introduce it back into our system, and we set up antibodies. This is what we hear about, this natural immunity, this herd immunity. If we're exposed to something, some type of germ or bacteria or virus, we can actually fight that off naturally. But let's talk about the supplements. My mainstays are vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc. And here's vitamin D. I like at least 5,000 units a day for preventative measures. The only thing that would preclude you from not taking this is if you had a condition called hypercalcemia, too much calcium in the blood. You can do vitamin D levels, blood levels. If you're worried about that, or if you have some type of condition that affects the parathyroid, not the thyroid, but the parathyroid, or anything that has to do with calcium in the blood, check with your doctor first. We can get vitamin D. We get vitamin D from the sun. We go out in the sun maybe 15 minutes. We can get 25 to 35,000 units. Next thing is vitamin C. You probably heard a lot about vitamin C. It's been around a long time. Dr. Linus Pauling, years ago in the 70s, he recommended huge doses, 10,000 milligrams. We don't really recommend that much, although the science and the studies have been showing that 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams along with zinc, along with this drug hydroxychloroquine, and along with azithromycin, or this cocktail, somehow it attacks the virus in different ways. Zinc. So this is zinc that comes in different forms. I've got zinc gluconate. It comes in zinc sulfate. It comes in zinc picolinate. The different salts of the zinc stabilize the zinc. So they also attribute to the amount of absorption. Picolinate is probably studied to be the best absorbed, although any types of zinc would work. You want to be careful taking too much zinc because it can cause damage to your smell and your taste. About 50 milligrams, studies went up to 200 milligrams, so 50 to 200 milligrams. One of my mainstays is elderberry. You might have heard about elderberry. Elderberry is all the powerful superfood antioxidants. I like whole foods first. So whether it's vitamin C, by the way, is just ascorbic acid. I like vitamin C from natural sources, whether it's rutin or rose hips you might have heard of, biflavonoids, hesperidin, whole food sources first. That's why I like this elderberry. The elderberry, we actually found this it's actually a winery in Wichita, Kansas, and they ship it directly to us. They also grow elderberries on the vineyard. So this is the elderberry concentrate, pure extract. There's no additives, no sugar, nothing added. Then I go to the second layer of defense, which would be the probiotics. Some people consider this first line. So probiotics, again, your gut is one of your defense innate mechanisms where it protects you against germs and viruses. You've heard of echinacea, astragalus, things like that, mushroom extract. These are the immune boosting supplements. The one I have is called Immunotone, and I do like that to boost the immune system. The last thing I like is colloidal silver. Now you might have heard, oh well, silver, I heard it turns you blue. You have to take very, very high doses to cause this permanent blue staining. It's called erysia. But silver, it can be used internally, it can be used externally. We have a spray that you can spray. I know alcohol is becoming short supply. Silver is a natural way to disinfect counters and surfaces. So 3 things I'm going to leave you with. Number 1, this is a very serious virus. It's serious because we don't know why it spreads so fast. Number 2, it is temporary, and it looks like we're making progress on this. So this is a temporary thing. And number 3, we're going to learn things about health and hygiene that we're going to take with us for the rest of our lives. Washing our hands, maybe keeping our distance, eating healthy, getting exercise, and keeping fit. With that, I'm going to leave you with hoping you have a happy and healthy day. This is Dennis Song from Flower Mound Pharmacy. Thanks.